Hey there, everybody. This is CP Cards and Dice. Welcome to late night baseball. It's, I think, 3 a.m. here in beautiful downtown San Antonio, Texas. We're right about to get started. We're playing out of New York, Shea Stadium, 1971. It's May 12th, 1971. Tom Terrific is 4-2 with a 2.98 ERA. In reality, he was 5-1 with a 1.60 ERA. Houston leads off with Roger Metzger at shortstop, Joe Morgan, the second baseman, Jimmy Wynn, the toy cannon, in center field, Norm Miller, the right fielder, batting fifth is Dennis Menke, the first baseman, sixth is Doug Rader, the third baseman, seventh is Cesar Cedeno, the left fielder, eighth is Johnny Edwards, the catcher, ninth is Don Wilson. Don Wilson is facing the Mets. In 71, he was 16-10 with a 2.45 ERA, so he's got a heck of a record in 1971. Don Wilson. Wow. Let me look him up really quick and see where he started his career in 66. And started his career in 66. Yes, sir. All right. So let's get started. The way you play deep drive baseball is you roll 3d10. You read 0 to 49 off the batter, 50 to 99 off the pitcher, and then if it ends up in the deep drive section, you go off the batter. So it's got a twist there. It's not purely 50-50. There is a twist there to make it a little bit different than a standard 50-50 game. Let's roll. Here's a pitch from Seaver to Roger Metzger. It's a 24. That's going to be in the batter's out range. A 1 is popped up to the right side. Over is the first baseman, Eddie Kranepool, and makes the catch for out number 1. Joe Morgan is left-handed batter. It's an 18. That's ball 4, so Seaver loses him on a low and away pitch, and he's on at first. He's a threat to steal, I believe. Yes, 3A. Seaver's a -1, so it makes him a 2A. We need low numbers, and that's not going to do it. So he does not get the jump. And, Jimmy Wynn's up. We're going to throw the D20. And see if there's a 1, then that'll be a potential wild pitch pass ball. Here's a pitch, a 29 and a 9. That's going to be an out. A fly ball to medium center field. Over is Don Hahn, who's playing center. The Mets defense is Cleon Jones on the left. Don Hahn in center, and Dave Marshall in right field. Trying to get Dave Marshall's Topps baseball card, and it's pretty expensive. I don't know why. $5 for that one card, and he's not really a popular player. Norm Miller is up, and I don't even think I pulled him from the pack of cards. You get every player with deep drive baseball. I really like deep drive baseball. The cards are very easy to read for me, and it's very straightforward, very simple to play. There's just a couple of little small idiosyncrasies that you have to look into. Endurance is a little bit hard to manage at first. People have I struggle a little bit with it. It's a little bit outside of the norm. It's not just counting batters, you know, like a lot of games do. This one, but this one works very realistically. So I really like it. And and it's very simple to follow. Norm Miller. Where is Norm Miller? Let's see. Let's see if I have Norm Miller on in my pack of players here. Watson's not playing today. Oh, Norm Miller. Okay. Dennis May. I didn't pull out Watson. That's what happened. Okay, Norm Miller's a lefty with a runner on first and 2 outs. Let's see if Seaver can dispose of him fairly easily. I forgot to roll the D20. It's a 73, and that is going to be strike 3, high Seaver fastball. And Miller swings through it. No runs, no hits, 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the first, no score. May 12th, 1971. Buddy Harrelson against Don Wilson. 52 is a deep drive. And there will be no ballpark help there with a 9. And here's a pitch, and that's a 0-1. A 0-1 is going to be a ball that's pulled down the line into the right field corner. After it is the right fielder, Norm Miller. Buddy Harrelson is going around second. He's going to try for 3. Here's a relay from Morgan, and he is safe. A triple. 3 lines there for Buddy. A leadoff triple for Buddy Harrelson, just like that. All right, Tim Foley's up now. Tim Foley's playing third base today. I think this is his first start of the season. And that's an 81 and a 4. And an 81 and a 4 is the infield is going to be in on a slow grounder with nobody out. He's going to hold up. So what do we roll on that? The green is a 4. That's an out on the pitcher card, and that is a grounder to short. But he's going to hold with nobody out. Here's Dave Marshall. And there's the pitch. It's an 81 and a 0, and that's lined. That could be a double play. If we roll 0-9 or 0-0, it could be a double play. That's lined to the second baseman, and nope. L4. So Marshall stroked it, but unfortunately he was right at the second baseman. That's a 53. This is going to be a base hit for Cleon Jones, and the run is in. The Mets lead at 1-0. Cleon Jones with an RBI, a 2-out RBI single. I put the little dot on the scorecard to represent. Some guys put a little dot by the name. A lot of guys do it a little bit different. It's cool to see that. I like looking at how guys do their scorecards. It's interesting to me. Eddie Kranepool now. He started with the Mets when he was 17 years old, and retired with the Mets in 1979. And it's a 10 and a 2, and that is line base hit. That's going to send Jones to third. So the Mets getting to Don Wilson a little bit here. A triple and 2 singles here in the first inning. They lead at 1-0. There's a pitch, and that is a 17th of Boswell, and that's ball 4. That pushes, that loads the bases. The bases loaded. And here comes Jerry Grody. Jerry Grody, a right-handed hitter. 2 outs, bases loaded. It's Boswell at first, Kranepool at second, and Cleon Jones at third base. Don Wilson, the pitcher. And here's the pitch to Grody, and that's a 92 and a 5. That's off the pitcher card, and that's chopped to second. Second baseman Morgan up with it, throws to first, and that retires the side. Mets pick up 1 run on 3 hits. They leave 3. And we go to the top of the second. Dennis Menke, Doug Rader, and Cesar Cedeno. That's a 45 and a 0, and that's line and caught by the second baseman, Kenny Boswell. Here's Doug Rader, 244 batter. 43 is an out, is hit hard at the shortstop. Buddy Harrelson, who fires the first. High throw. Nice stretch by Kranepool. 2 down. And Seaver Cedeno with a 25. That's going to be a defensive check. Very easy to check defense. It's one page. 14 tells us to go to range. We're going to look at range, and it's a 54. 54, it says shortstop. I know Harrelson's a 4, so that's going to be a ball that Harrelson dives for and gets to. Back on his feet, fires the first in time. Great play by Buddy Harrelson. Saves a hit there. So I put a little star up there. Normally, shortstops are about a 3. Harrelson happens to be a 4, and that allowed him to get to that ball and throw out the speedy Seaver Cedeno. So we go to the bottom of the second. Now, this game has a lot of nuance, has a lot of detail. It tells you slow grounders, medium grounders, fast grounders, deep fly balls, shallow fly balls, medium fly balls, and every fly ball, there's a different effect. Really like that about this game, and it does it in a very simple way. All right, here goes. It's going to be Don Hahn. Don Hahn batted .236, 200 plate appearances. So that's a 93 and a 9. That's a fly to shallow center field. Coming in is Jimmy Wynn, and he gets there. Jimmy Wynn got a good read on that ball right off the bat. And that's an 86, Tom Seaver, and he grounds one to second. That is Morgan, 2 down. And here's Buddy Harrelson in the bottom of the second, 1-0 Mets. And that is a 96 off the pitcher. A 6 is hit hard at the shortstop, Metzger. He fields it cleanly. Over to first. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits. Top of the third. Tom Seaver facing Johnny Edwards. That's a 57. That's line base hit. So Edwards strokes one to right center field. Played by the center fielder, Don Hahn. Wilson's going to bunt. We're going to throw that D20, check for a wild pitch. Ooh, almost had something there. 37 on a bunt. That's going to be a defensive play. So we got on a defensive play on a 5. It's going to be hit. Let me see. How do we do this on defensive play? I actually think there it is. Okay, defense. Where is it? Here, result from batter card. It is from the batter card. Roll 1 die. If it's less than or equal to the fielder's rating, they catch the ball. All right, so we can roll 1 die. It's going to be to the 5 is the first baseman, who's a 3. So it's not. Oh, it's a 3. So he does catch the ball. They catch the ball for a pop out, and the runners hold. That's crazy. All right. So great play by Kranepool. It's a pop 3. So Wilson fails to sacrifice Johnny Edwards over to second base. Run around first, 1 out, top of the third, 1-0, New York. Tom Terrific against Roger Metzger. Metzger's a .235 hitter. And here's a pitch from Seaver. The infield is in at halfway for double play depth, if you will. That's a 42. That's going to be off Metzger. And a 4 is a medium ground ball to the second baseman, Boswell, who flips to Harrelson, throw to first. Not in time. So it's a 4-6 fielder's choice. And you know that because it's a medium ground ball, and those go for double fielder's choices. So the type of grounder that it is tells you really what the play result is going to be. And then it's a 42, and that's line and caught. Joe Morgan lines one to the third baseman. Who's over there today? It's Tim Foley. And that's no runs, 1 hit. We go to the bottom of the third. It's Tim Foley, Dave Marshall, and Cleon Jones against Don Wilson. Here's a pitch, and that's a 0-2. That's going to be a deep drive. No help from the ballpark. And a 0-4 is going to be a ball that's driven in the gap. That's going to roll to the wall. Foley hustling around second. On his way to third, the throw, the relay there, not in time. Again, the second time in this game that the Mets pick up a lead-off triple. Holy smokes. It's off the deep drive chart. Triple right there. Doesn't have any home runs. He didn't hit any home runs, 0. But he does have triples. Hits one here. A no out runner on third base. And here, the infield's going to be in for the Astros. Everybody's on the grass. And here's the pitch to Dave Marshall. Dave Marshall with a 49 and a 6. That's hit hard at the shortstop. He looks at Foley back to third. Metzger throws out Dave Marshall. And now with the 1 out, it's Cleon Jones. So Cleon Jones can get the runner in at third. And that is a 0-1. That will get him in, whatever it is. And he has help from the ballpark as well. And that is a 51, which is going to be one hop off the wall. Drives one in the gap. And that's going to score. That's the second RBI today for Cleon Jones. He's driven both Mets runs, a 1-out double, RBI double. So he's got 2 RBIs on the day. Cleon's having quite a day for himself. A single and a double, 2 RBIs. And here comes Eddie Kranepool. Steady Eddie Kranepool batted .280. Had a good season in 71. Batted .280 with 14 home runs and close to 500 plate appearances. And here's the pitch from Wilson. A 70 and an 8 is going to be a strikeout. So you don't need the 8 on a strikeout. That is the first strikeout of the game. This is the late show. 3 a.m. baseball on a Tuesday morning. We are playing in New York, May 12th, 1971. It is the Houston Astros versus the New York Mets. I'm wondering if these videos will stay here long after I'm gone. And guys will look back into this and say, wow, what a trip. Kenny Boswell now with 2 outs. Don Wilson checks the sign. He sets and deals. And a 21 and a 0. That's an out. The 0 is lined and caught by Morgan to retire the side. Mets pick up a run on 2 hits. And we go to the top of the 4th. Jimmy Wynn, Norm Miller, and Dennis Menke, first baseman. And that's a 19, and that is a strikeout. Win. Swings and misses at a Seaver fastball. That is Seaver's second strikeout of the day. Next is Norm Miller. Norm Miller is a 257 batter and a 31 and a 3. Hit hard at the first baseman, Kranepool. And he steps on the bag ahead of Miller for out number 2. 2-0 Mets here in the top of the 4th. And Dennis Menke with a 99. That's off Seaver. A 5 is going to be a hard hit ground ball to the second baseman, Boswell. And he throws out Menke to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Jerry Grody leading it off. Don Hahn and then Tom Seaver. That's a 27. That's a fly ball. Can of corn for the center fielder, Jimmy Toy Cannon Win. Don Hahn is next. Pitch from Wilson with a 37. A 3 is a slow ground ball to the first baseman, Menke. Flips to the pitcher covering. 2 out. And here's Tom Terrific. And it's a 12, and that is a strikeout. 3 up, 3 down for Wilson. We go to top of the 5th. Doug Rader, Cesar Cedeno, and Johnny Edwards. And that is a 40 and a 0. That is lined to the shortstop. Harrelson leaps and, snags it out of the air. Great play by Buddy Harrelson. Cesar Cedeno is next with a 66, and he swings through a Seaver fastball for 2 outs. In the top of the 5th, Mets are up 2-0. Johnny Edwards, the catcher, he's a left-handed batter, batted .233 with 1 home run. Here's a pitch, an 86 and a 9, and that is a flare to shallow center field. Racing in is Don Hahn, and he slides and bobbles it, but makes the catch. He holds on to the ball. Great play by Don Hahn. That's 9 outs in a row for Tom Terrific. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 2-0 Mets. It's going to be the top of the order, leading off by the switch hitting Buddy Harrelson, 252 batter in 1971. He hits from the left side against the righty Don Wilson. Don Wilson with the windup and the pitch. At 51, that's a deep drive. No help from the ballpark. 51, it will be a ball that rolls to the gap. And Wynn fails to cut it off. Buddy Housen in with a leadoff double. Stand-up double for Buddy Housen. Tim Foley now with a runner on second base. And that's a 56. That's line base hit. And Housen's going to stop at third. First and third. Infield is in for the Astros. Dave Marshall. And a 0-4 is going to be line drive base hit. That's going to score Housen. RBI for Marshall. And going to third is going to be Tim Foley. So first and third, Marshall picks up an RBI. 3-0 that lead. Oh, very fast. He goes to third for sure. All right, Cleon Jones now. Runner infield is in, nobody out. And that's a 72. That's line. That may be a double. Oh, and actually it's a defensive lookup. Defensive lookup. And a 31 is going to be a potential range play. Anything less than 36 goes to the range. And it's a 79, which tells us that if the center fielder Cannon is a 3, he makes a so that ball is driven in the gap. And running it down, that's going to be an automatic score for a very fast runner on the deep fly, on the medium fly, excuse me, in the gap. It's F8 if he's, it's a sacrifice fly. And I may even be able to get, no advance for the runner at first, that's for sure. But it is a sacrifice fly, RBI, third RBI of the game for Cleon Jones. So RBI, sacrifice fly to center. And now it's Eddie Kranepool. Mets lead at 4-0. Oh, it's a 1, so we're going to look at an 11. Let's see on the pitcher batting chart. An 11 will be a wild pitch if the pitcher's a D or an F. He's a B, so it's blocked by the catcher, Edwards. Again, Kranepool. And it's a 17, and that is a defensive check. Very few charts in this 2 pages back and front. That's a 68, and that is going to be a ground ball to the second baseman, Morgan. Morgan is a above average second baseman, and a 68 is going to be a medium grounder, which is going to turn into a fielder's choice. 4-6 fielder's choice. And we're looking at Kenny Boswell now. Left-handed hitter with 2 outs, runner on first. Don Wilson. That's the sign. Sets and deals. And that's a 69er. 69 is a strikeout to retire the side. That's his third strikeout of the game. But the Mets pick up 2 big runs on 1, 2, 3 hits. And a sacrifice fly. They lead it by a score of 4-0 in the top of the 6th. Don Wilson leading off here in the top of the 6th, and he's 1-2. You know what? 1971, 4-0. Still have 3 innings to go here. Leadoff batter. Let me look for a pinch hitter here. And I'm going to go to PC Replay Baseball. I keep my roster there. And that roster tells me who's available for pinch hitting duties and so forth. So that way I don't have to look at the box score and all that. That's a little bit more time consuming. So here was let me see, P3. All right, so let's see. Let's see who can pinch hit. As a pitcher, we can get Gladden. Games release 14. Gladden and LeMaster. We can do Gladden and LeMaster if we need two pitchers. Now we're going to have to look at a pinch hitter, but let me grab my pitchers first. You get every player with Deep Drive Baseball, which I really like, so I can do actual replays using all the guys that I need. I don't have to do anything extra. So LeMaster, relief pitcher, and then Gladden, another relief pitcher. And batting-wise, let's see what we can get here. All right, hold on. Martinez. We're going to bring in Geronimo, Cesar Geronimo, to pinch hit, to lead off here in the top of the sixth. So Wilson is done for the day. Oh, pinch hitter. Let's mark him in there. All right, Cesar Geronimo, that was pretty quick. And Wilson is done for the day. He went 5 innings, gave up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits, 4 runs, all earned. Walks, how many? He walked 1 there. He walked 1, struck out 3, no hit batters, no wild pitches, faced 18 and 6, 24 batters. And then we're going to get in, who's going to start off? It's going to be righty. All right, we're going to start off with Gladden. Let's start off with Gladden. All right, actually, you know what? We're going to start off with somebody who can go 2 innings, Johnny LeMaster, because we're going to need a pitcher to go 2 innings. That way we can make fewer changes. So let's wipe this out. There. All right. That'll dry up. And then we will write in the new pitcher, Johnny LeMaster. All right, let's recap where we are. We're in the top of the 6th. Score is 4-0. Seaver's pitching a 1-hitter so far. And it's going to be leadoff hitter against Tom. It's going to be Cesar Geronimo, who batted .220 in 1971. And that's a 48, and Seaver gets him to hit a ground ball to Cranepool at first for out number 1. Roger Metzger's next. See, Such hitting shortstop, batting from the left side. That's a deep drive with ballpark help as we roll the 1. And a 44 is going to be a drive down the line into the right field corner. After it is Marshall and throws it in. But that's going to be a 1-out double. Bringing up Joe Morgan. Morgan is walked and lined up. And here's a pitch from Seaver, and that is going to be a run. That's a deep drive. No help from the ballpark here. It's going to be an 85. Oh, no, that's a deep drive. That's not going to be a run. Deep drive to right field. Metzger, this should allow Metzger to go to third. He's very fast, so he will tag and go to third base. So 2 out. So the ballpark helped out the Mets on that one. So when I said no help from the ballpark, I meant no help for the batter. But there was help for the fielder. We kept it in Shea Stadium. This is pretty much a pitcher's ballpark. You can see that. We rolled a high number. And it was a deep drive, and a deep drive allows him to tag up, especially if he's very fast. Metzger's considered very fast in this game. 2 outs. Jimmy win the batter. Let's see if Seaver can get out of this without allowing a run. And Seaver sets indeed. Actually, he's from the windup with a runner on third base. There he goes, 25, and that is a hard hit ground ball to shortstop. Buddy Harrelson bobbles it for second. Better hurry, throws the first, and in time. And that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. And we go to the bottom of the sixth. Seaver still maintains his shutout. 2-hit shutout so far through 6. Jerry Grody against Denny LeMaster. There you go. Here's a pitch from LeMaster. He's a left-handed pitcher. He strikes out Grody. Next is Don Hahn, who hits from the right side. Don Hahn with a 20 and a 2, and that's a strikeout. Back-to-back Ks for Denny LeMaster. And then it's Tom Terrific, and he strikes out the side. No runs, no hits. Go to the top of the 7th. 4-0 Mets. Norm Miller against Tom Seaver. That's a 54. That's a ground ball and through the right side for a single, leadoff single for Norm Miller. He's very slow. 4-0. Dennis Menke's up next. That could be a wild pitch. It's a 0-5. I don't think it's going to be a wild pitch. A 0-5 says if a position player is pitching, it's a wild pitch, and he is not. So it's a ball that's in the dirt but blocked by Grody. So Menke, we can get another roll from Menke, and that is going to be a 73 and a 7. That's a strikeout. Strikeout number 4 for Tom Terrific. Next up is Doug Rader. Rader is 0 for 2. He's grounded out and lined out. Here's the pitch, and that's a 93 and a 0. That's line, and that could be the second baseman. It could be a double play if we roll 0-0 to 0-9. And nope. So it's lined to second base, Boswell. And Cesar Cedeno batted .264 with 10 home runs, 20 stolen bases. Seaver sets some deals, and here's the pitch. It's a 25. That's line and caught by Crankpool to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit. Bottom of the 7th, 4-0 Mets. Top of the order, Buddy Harrelson, Tim Foley, and Dave Marshall against Denny LeMaster, who can go 2 innings. That's 76, and that is an out off the the pitcher's card. That's hit hard to the third baseman, who backhands it, long throw to first, and in time. Foley now. Foley's 2 for 3. He's having a good day today. 74 and a 7, and that's a drive to left. But right there is Cesar Cedeno, F7, 2 down. And now it's Dave Marshall. Marshall's 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Here's a pitch from LeMaster. Oh, and that's going to be an advantage. If it lands on the batter's card, LeMaster can move it to the pitcher's card. So a 43 is an out. And if you make it at 50, it'll be a 93, and off the pitcher, it's a fly ball to shallow center to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down. Because you see, Dave Marshall has that circle 3. That means he shouldn't bat against a lefty. He's like a lefty specialist hitter. He should not bat against a lefty. So then the pitcher gets a 50-point advantage. So if it ends up on the batter's card, you can add 50 points, which would move it to the pitcher's card, and the pitcher then gets the advantage. Okay, that's why you do it that way. Usually the batters have more on-base opportunity than the pitchers. So if you move it from here to here, that gives the pitcher an advantage. And then obviously if Marshall had the advantage and it lands on the pitcher card, the reverse would happen. It would go from here to there, which would give the batter the advantage. Very simple system to reflect platoon advantages or split advantages. All right, we're going to have Johnny Edwards, a pinch hitter, and then the top of the order, Roger Metzger, here in the top of the 8th against Tom Terrific. So let's start looking for that, a pinch hitter, and let's see who we got. Let's see who we got. Alu's available. I saw him before somewhere here. There's a back end. (1971). This was a little bit before my time. In other words, I was very young at this time, and I don't remember too much baseball at this time. I was watching more cartoons, watching Bugs Bunny around this time. So let's see, I can't find Alou here. Looking for Matty Alou to pinch hit. You get pitchers mostly get a hidden card. Most pitchers get a hitting card, particularly in this era where there wasn't. They would let pitchers go deep into the game. So he must be on this side. Oh, there he is. Jesus, not Matty Alou. Jesus Alou. Excuse me. He's a right-handed hitter. And it's going to be Johnny Edwards and Jesus Alou. All right. And then we're going to have a new pitcher. It's going to be Gladden. And LeMaster went 2 innings. No hits, no runs, no earned runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts. He faced 6 batters. Good job by Johnny LeMaster. And then we're going to have a new pitcher against the Mets there. We're all done. Now it's the top of the 8th. It's 4-0 Mets. Johnny Edwards. Mets are up 4-0. It's going to be Cleon Jones versus Fred Gladden. Jones is 2 for 2 with a sacrifice fly and 3 RBIs. So he's having quite a day for himself. And here he lines strong, 1 to left center field for hit number 3. Jones batted .319 in 1971, so he's the Mets' best hitter, and he's on at first base. Here comes Steady Eddie Kranepool. And here's the pitch from Gladden, 25 and a 9, and that's a fly ball center field. On the run after it is Wynn, and he chases it down. Back to first goes Jones. Kenny Boswell with 1 out. We throw that D20 checking for the wild pitch. I like to tell people that. It's a little bit different in the rules, but it's in line with the percentages as much as possible. I think it's a 4% chance, and I think this is a 5% chance the way I do it. Not a big difference. And if I get an extra wild pitch, it's not the end of the world. 97 and a 0, and 97 and a 0 is going to be a line out to the second baseman, but it could be a double play if you roll 0-0 to 0-9, and no double play, so it's L4, and then it's Jerry Grody. And a 70 and a 0, that's a line out. Oh, no, it's going to be a defensive play off Gladden. So we're going to check defense. And it's a 50. A 50 tells us it's comebacker to the pitcher. And Gladden is a 1 pitcher, so that's not good. And that's a ball that Gladden picks up and sends it way over the first baseman's head. This is going to allow Jones to go to third. And it's going to be an E1, a 2-base error on the pitcher, Fred Gladden. He's not a good fielding pitcher at all. It's a 1, very low. Don Hahn with runners on first, second, and third now. And they're going to walk Hahn and let Seaver bat. So they're going to walk Don Hahn intentionally. And here comes Tom Terrific. And we're going to roll that. Ooh, what happened there? Where'd that go? Going to roll that D20 for the walk, for the intentional walk. That could be a wild pitch there. Nope. All right, Tom Seaver. And that's an 82, and that will be a ground ball to the third baseman, who with second and third is going to throw to first in time, and that retires the side. Oh, wait a second. Yeah. So bases are left loaded, no runs, and 1 hit, an error, and an intentional walk. And it's 4-0. We go into the top of the 9th. So Seaver's 3 outs away from a complete game victory. 3-hit shutout. If he can get these next 3 outs, it's going to be Joe Morgan, Jim Wynn, and Norm Miller. So again, I prove to you again that this game plays very, very realistically. It flows very well. It's easy to play. The cards are all there. It's very inexpensive. I mean, this game, if he would print out cards, which I don't think he should do personally, I think it's the age of PDF. But I think he should offer stuff that you can buy, accessories to the game, just to add that. I mean, I think this game has tremendous potential. It's a really good game, and I would like to see more marketing on this game. It's an abstracted game pretty much. It doesn't take into consideration. It considers it, but it's part of the game itself. the arm ratings of the fielders. But I'm not a big guy on the arm ratings of outfielders, and I'll tell you why. Because the outfielders with really good arm ratings, they don't throw out a lot of guys because guys don't run on them. The guys with so-so arms get more chances to throw out guys. Why? Because guys run on them. So it's hard to reproduce that a lot of times. And very few of us keep defensive stats. Very few of us do that. So that's why I think it's overrated. And this game doesn't include outfield arms. It's part of the defensive rating. It's already within that defensive rating. So I like that. I like the abstracted aspect of this. It allows gameplay to be much easier. It also has has a chart on where runners go automatically, and then there's a question mark so you can attempt to advance guys. But more often than not, you'll know pretty much where guys go. It's very simple. Base advancement. Sometimes it's one base, sometimes it's two. And with hit and runs, it could be 3 bases, depending. Joe Morgan. Here's a pitch from Seaver. See if Seaver can get out of this game. 23 is going to be lined and caught by Buddy Harrelson at short. So a low liner that Buddy Harrelson gets under before it hits the floor. And here's Jimmy Wynn, who's 0 for 3. He's flied out, struck out, and grounded out. Seaver's 2 outs away from a complete game victory. And this is going to be a re-roll on 59. That's one rule that I added this time around on my replay. Seaver walked way too many batters in the first time around. And this is a 99. This is a fly ball center field. So that's a big change that I made. I think he may have been either 1 roll or 2 rolls on the base on balls, and I'm going to test it out, see what happens this time around. But Seaver so far in this game has walked only 1. And Seaver averaged no more than 2 walks per game. So far his stats are pretty close. I believe in the replay, the last replay that I did, he almost had 3 walks a game. It was a little bit higher than I wanted it. So I adjusted it down by just a little bit and see how it comes out in this game, in this season replay. This is my second season replay of Seaver. Plus the ERA was a little bit high in the first replay, and we're going to see how this ERA goes in this second replay. So with the fewer walks, then that should lower the earned run average a bit as well, and we'll see how that works out. But that's a very small. It's only happened so far. This change is only affected in the first 8 starts. I think that's only happened 3 times, where I re-rolled 2 times for outs and once for a hit. This is going to be a ground ball to the shortstop, hit hard. Oh no, this is the next batter is going to be Norm Miller. I haven't rolled for him. That was the last batter. Okay, it was a fly out to center field. And here's Norm Miller. Here's the pitch. And a 48 with a 6 is a hard hit ground ball to shortstop. Harrelson up with it, and the ball game is over. Tom Terrific shuts out the Houston Astros 4-0. Astros were only capable of 3 base hits and an error, so it's no runs, 3 hits, 1 error. The Mets had 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits, no errors. So 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Mets. Tom Seaver improves his record to 5-2. His ERA will go down to, I'd say, about 270, perhaps 271, I'd say. Off the top of my head, we'll look into that after I input the stats into PC Replay Baseball. So a 3-hit shutout for Tom Terrific. He walked 1, struck out 4. He retired the last 8 and 9 batters. No hit by pitches, no wild pitches. He faced 27 and 431, which is really, really outstanding. Outstanding pitching performance by the franchise, George Thomas Seaver. Rest in peace, my brother. Thanks for all the great games. An amazing athlete, an amazing person. And that's it for start number 8. And we'll be back again with start number 9. Not sure who that's against, but the schedule will tell us. And this is CP Cards and Dice, Cards and Dice TV, with Ralph Kiner and Lindsey Nelson and Bob Murphy by my side, in spirit, if not in body. And I wish you all well, and stay safe, and keep rolling and enjoying our games and our hobby. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Reach out to me with any comments or questions and so forth, and I'll try to get back to you. Take care, guys.